everybody. Welcome, welcome. Sorry we're starting a little bit late. Excuse me. What was that? But we can go as late as need be to finish off the last circle inside of Abyssos. Yeah, there is the point of Rylea might fall asleep at the keyboard, but it is what it is. Well, it's been a day. Apparently Baron is doing well up at Everfree Northwest and is having a good time of it, which I'm very pleased about. Yes, we are back at the salt mines. Actually, we're back at the La Habrea tar pits. So, as soon as Rye accepts our party invite, we can head back over and maybe get a little more story and much more death on the way. And hopefully they'll be on mic soon. That'd be good. Well, she's awake. Now let's see if we can hear that lovely singing voice. Eventually. Maybe. Well, we've got Kitty Cam. Kitty Cam's a good start. Ah, there she is. Oh, you're ready to go back to the La Habrea tar pits?
Would it change anything if I said no?
No.
Uh-huh. So why are you asking me in the first place? Well, a bit of news. Do you remember the name Jeff Jones?
The name sounds vaguely familiar. I'm trying to place it.
Yeah, you probably met him a couple of times. He was basically the English teacher in charge of the Vista Gaming Group.
Okay, yeah, I think I met him like once or twice when we went down to the Vista group.
Right. I just spotted him commenting on Board Game Geek.
Oh, nice.
He was commenting on Ace of Aces, which he reviewed, under a pen name. And he mentioned the pen name. I'm going, Jeff? Yeah, I was always kind of jealous of the Vista Gaming Group because they had so many more members. Yeah.
But at the same
they
time,
did have to pay for it.
Yeah.
They were in Vista.
Yeah. Well, there was also the case of a bunch of the Vista Gaming Group were kind of jealous of your gaming group because your gaming group had girls.
Well, that was Sven. I'm sure others too, but the conversation was me and Sven.
No, but
I was jealous because his group had wargamers. He was jealous because my group had girls.
Yeah.
Which should say something about our relative priorities.
And I really think one of the problems we had in the Fallbrook RPG Club was the fact that it was right at the time of the Satanic Panic, and a couple people that I am glad I don't have to deal with anymore were involved in the school's church Bible study group. I don't went there, I went over here. And yeah, you can guess how that played out. Frankly, our group survived longer than it had any right to. Because we could not get new members.
Yeah.
And not for a lack of trying.
We had a good, 3 or 4 years of getting at least some new members. And then it kind of tailed off.
And I think a lot of that was due to the satanic panic, and the Bible Study group officially called Satan worshippers to my face.
Yeah.
Note, our main game at the time was Marvel Superheroes.
Yep.
So yeah, fun time. We just dated ourselves.
The Vista group had the advantage of it basically being started by Jeff, who was an English teacher there. One of his classes was a science fiction class.
Nice.
And he'd already been into wargaming, but he got into RPGs when he spotted an ad for Metamorphosis Alpha, and decided to spring that on the science fiction class as a way to liven it up.
Oh, I could totally buy that. That was tailor-made.
He had a nice article on it in campaign. I don't think I'm quite up to scanning that one. No, I think I did scan that one. Won't be released for a while though. And of course, this is the days of doing a lot of things by stats and everything, especially when you're first starting out.
Mm-hmm.
So, an entire classroom basically being the pretty. No, it gets better. Now, who's the pretty leader in these days? The character with the highest charisma.
Right! Oh my god, I forgot about that, about the Metamorphosis Alpha.
Well, just any game from that era, usually.
Not always, but yeah, it was kind of a common trope thing.
Well, it was generally the idea.
The thing is
the
that the
shyest girl in class rolled the character with the highest charisma.
Oh, nice!
And she opened up and led.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's giving stories like that just warm your heart.
Yes, it is. It's a really nice article. I'll have to bring it up again when I get to the point of that issue coming out, which another year or so probably.
You can do it. I believe in you. So does Themis here. He's looking actually very wanton.
1+ years out of a 5-year project.
Woohoo! Hey, Themis.
From a son's undying love for his mother was born a deep well of hatred for his father. For Erichthonios, those emotions were all too real. The efficacy of Hephaestus' magics attests to that. Yet they were spun by a guiding hand, one which sought to use his inner turmoil as a tool for experimentation.
Okay, Tar Pits, what do you got for us?
One final wish. Mahabharata would speak further of Athena's fate. Oh, hold on a moment.
Uh-oh, I clicked through. Okay, it's not advancing, so I'll wait for you.
I'll catch up to you in a moment.
Oh, you didn't do anything about your inventory, did you?
Nope. There. That'll be okay-ish. The vision you saw told the story far more eloquently than I ever could. Athena was consumed by her research and was willing to sacrifice her own child if it hastened her progress. She did not offer him a position here out of a sense of love or pride. It was merely because she knew he would be the most pliable test subject. see now why you hid the truth from him. I cannot say with certainty that Erichthonius could handle the weight of such betrayal after holding his mother on a pedestal for so long. Unfortunately, it seems not even her death has ensured his safety. Hephaestus has taken up Athena's research and succeeded in creating hemitheoi. I do not know what his ultimate end is, but 'tis plain it is connected with the resurrection of Athena. That knowledge alone is sufficient to direct our next course of action. As for the rest of your story, we shall hear it after we've returned Erichthonius to safety, in accordance with Aegisthus's last wish. Very well. I can, at least, assure you that finding him shall prove relatively simple, now that Hephaestus can no longer bend pandemonium to his will. There is but one place left for him to find refuge, the Black Heart of Tartarus, where Athena built her testing compound. We can assume that Hephaestus will offer fierce resistance. I must focus my every effort on securing a safe means of approach.
You got it.
We got this.
Leave it to us.
Is what we do. Rhea, I would ask that you assume the duty of summoning Rylea and Thayrin's Phantom Warriors. I have no objections. My ability to fight within Tartarus would be greatly diminished in any case. However, I wish to deal the final blow to Hephaestus myself. There is no need to dirty your hands with such a deed. I take it, then, that you have no intent to seal him away as before. The presence I felt when I encountered Hephaestus bore little resemblance to the entity I created. By his own hand, he has become something far more wicked, and the same magics that once shackled him may very well shatter before the power he wields. On my pride as a researcher, I am loath to repeat the same mistake twice. I would not see these events play out again, and so he must be extinguished. In this case, I think we can go with this idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well then, I shall open the way forward. May we finish this together. Unfortunately, knowing the pattern of things as we do, it's not going to be this simple, is it?
No.
If Hephaestus truly means to continue Athena's research, then Erichthonius is indispensable to his goals. He is safe, but for how much longer I cannot say. The end is in sight. Return to me safely, friends. Well,
Shall I pull the lever?
Yep.
5 minutes. We shall see.
Yeah, I'm still bidding on less than that.
Warming up for the big fight. Oy. Yeah, I've got a prediction, but I don't know if I dare say it now or until after this section of the story is done. So, yeah.
By the way, do you know what's going on with Cheyenne?
Only that they're having problems getting the download to work.
Yeah, the message he left today is the first I've heard about it. I was wondering if you knew anything more.
Nope, just that cryptic message of I can't download the patch. Boo-wee, which I don't blame him for.
No! That's awful! How can he snort the entire bouquet of flowers at once if he can't download the patch?
Oh, yeah. One of the things that's kind of happened with this current patch cycle is they finally introduced Island Sanctuary. So what's happening is that Yoshi P, when he was building up to Island Sanctuary and trying to promote it, kept using phrases like content to enjoy at your own pace, to help enjoy some slow living, not something that should be min-maxed. And of course, immediately what happens is that everyone rushes it, practically crashes the server, and has been min-maxing the shite out of it, and then being disappointed when they get to max level. It's just amazing. We have yet to start it. We kind of went through Pandemonium first because for the first time they're trying an experiment of pushing the Savage release 1 week after the normal raid release. The hopes
I think is a really smart idea.
Yeah, the hopes is that it gives a lot of the world first racers a chance to actually enjoy the story of Pandemonium before having to worry about gearing up, making sure they have all their pots and their foods and their meld set correctly and all the rest of it. And it also allows other people who want to take part in the world first race to do so, because there's a little bit. Originally he had to choose. I could run it for story, or I can hit the escape key, get through it as fast as possible. That way I can start the world first at like 2 o'clock in the morning for North America. So.
By the way, I am now officially jealous.
Oh, this does not look good.
No, it doesn't. Baron had prime rib French dip for dinner.
Ericsonius is mine.
I'm jealous.
Heart and soul. And with your death, none will be left to stop me.
People have told us this before.
I was wondering where that recolor model came from. Now I know. You originally see this model, or a recolor version of it, as the ending quest for Sage.
Okay, what am I doing here?
Fighting for your life.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Fulgent flame my servant's rise. Out of my sight. Leave not but ashes in your way. And deep sorrow in your heart.
Not what I was hoping the next pattern.
A fitting death.
Do we have a way to predict that?
It's whether it's serpent or bird from the looks of it. It's hard to tell at this point.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
And now he's turned into a centaur.
Yeah.
You will know my rage.
Oh boy, big push.
Yeah.
Ooh, I called that one. Raging Stampede. Oh no. Okay, it looks like come to center, at least initially.
And there was a couple of okay, others.
Okay, it's going
Nope. The
clockwise.
serpents. The opposite side.
Servant's rights.
Out of center.
Out of my sight. Shall see my wish fulfilled.
Oh boy.
You are prey to be consumed.
The shadows. That's fine. Yeah.
Here, flesh compose.
Nope. I have no idea what they thought they were doing.
That was tricky. You have to kind of watch the side. Okay. Go all the way to the back. Well, you're dead, so I guess that doesn't matter. I'm sorry, kid.
I was waiting for that to resolve. Yeah, the first one got me. It did a lot of damage to the two people I was following.
Ow.
And wow. Healer down.
Yes, they are.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Okay, he's probably going to do the jumping thing again, so keep your eyes open. Oh, you're dead, so yeah.
You will know my rage.
Okay, that. Yeah. Oh boy. The pattern gets more complicated. Yeah, nobody really got that one. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, I don't blame them for waiting on raising us,
For
so...
a god.
Nope. One thing, we had a healer down, so they've been a bit busy.
Okay, gonna try and see if I can get in while he's doing his phase change.
There's me. That is a wise idea. And I'm dead. Wow.
god, he's cattywampusing this one.
So he is. Came down.
Molten flame like servants rise. Out of my sight.
Damn it, I keep missing that one. Pardon my French.
The other one is not in good shape. You have a limit break 3 if you hear it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a healer. And that's exactly what we get.
You are afraid to be consumed.
Well, that's new.
Now, mainly part of the problem is we've got double sages here. Okay, this will be safe. Center is safe. Yeah, effectively they're almost pure shield healers, so they're overriding each other's shields.
Right.
And they have no choice in the matter.
Yeah.
So... Okay, Sunbird's going to go down the center, so we want to be on the side.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Okay, here comes the jump again.
That. Back. No. This. This is perfect.
Oh, could not get that off in time, but it worked.
Yeah. Gaze of the Abyss 1.
Yeah, let's see if the healers are here that we can give comms to, because they gotta work out.
They certainly did.
Both healers, I'll get Leo if you get Rivor.
Sounds good. Got it. Wind up Ericsonios.
Let's see what we get, if anything. I think you were going for hands, or was that actually like rings?
Rings. I have one ring and the two glove things. I now have 2 rings.
I got a chess piece. I am just missing one chess piece for the week.
What is your 4th, or did you miss getting something?
I missed getting something.
Okay, good luck going back and getting the chest piece then. That'll be handy.
Let's see where this story leads.
chain of events that led to this moment began with my error, when out of mercy I confined you here. Now I break it and leave no trace of you behind. This is not over. I see you will not go peacefully. Hostage time. Even a cast-off would uphold his pride, though such an impulse must speak to the overwhelming arrogance of my other half. The name Hephaestus shall grow to eclipse yours. None shall remember the deeds of La Habrea once I fulfill Athena's ambition, and bring Erichthonius' dream to life. You speak as if you care a whit for the boy. Why then do you cower behind him? There are some desires which must not be realized. Athena would see the world destroyed if it meant she could find hers in the ruins. As for Erichthonius, he knows not what his wish would beget, a truth which you have hidden from him. Do you truly believe a father's role is to deceive and manipulate? You would claim the name Hephaestus and call yourself his father, yet you bind his mind and body in dark chains. Your words and your pride ring hollow. Athena wanted her son by her side, and he desires to return there. What wickedness is there in mending a broken family? Athena cared not for Erichthonius beyond how he could serve her ends. You claim to be acting in his interest, but 'tis plain you are no different.
Just as a side note, notice the symbols on the ground.
Yeah?
That's the symbol of La Habrea,
Hmm.
if memory serves me correctly. I could be wrong. My memory is faulty. We all know this.
And boy, Doodles has been on a roll here. As I ushered Athena to her end, I vowed that my sole mission in life would be to guide this star true. In service to that vow, I silenced the whispers of my heart. I could not nurture a son whilst an entire world looked to me for guidance. For that choice, I bear the responsibility. Yet he is still my son, and I'll not suffer you to seduce him with false hope. You who are naught but the bitter dregs of Athena and I, the very worst of us. Mother, she... No. Then who? How do I... Hearken to your heart.
It was going to be the last two.
I don't think this has quite come back to the light moment.
Hello, Octi. Welcome to Family Hate Triangle number 65.
Yeah, well. Hearken to your heart. I hear you. I owe you, and Themis, an apology. Athena, did you ever? And La Habre, I will have my say. How? His mind was mine.
Souls are stronger than you think.
I can't explain. Rylea and Thayrin's words reached me through a haze. We have that effect on people. They rang loud and clear. As did the words of another, a voice much like yours, but resounding with truth. Did you master these bonds? You haven't been watching for the entire last wing?
He's been practicing!
Oh, we've endured much worse. Worthless.
Oh.
Really?
Oh no. Oh no. This is bad.
Yeah. It appears my failures have borne fruit after all.
You did good, Eric.
You did well, son.
Oh boy, what I feared is it looks like they're putting in all the stones for it. Pun intended. Eric?
Where are we?
The Black Heart of Tartaros, apparently.
And someone's still missing.
Themis said he was waiting outside so that he could hold the shackles in place.
Yeah, though with presumably a certain amount of resistance gone, I'd still expect them to show up. With Hephaestus' essence contained in this crystal, he may safely return Erichthonius above. That he would bind his Hephaestus with only half his senses intact. He quite understated his adeptness for the art of internment. It was hardly what I had in mind, but a feat deserving of praise nonetheless.
Eric's the same.
Okay. Truth imperfect. Mahabrea is looking at Erichthonius with concern. And I'm looking at my inventory with concern. I feel no trace of Hephaestus' poison in your mind, and for a blessing, it appears your body is none the worse for wear. Ah, here we go. Told you. I made my way here as soon as I could. I no longer sense Hephaestus, and the force of assailing Pandemonium's barriers has ceased. Are we rid of him for good and all? I see. Despite his muddled senses, Ericthonius felt that to seal Hephaestus away was the proper course. It wasn't so noble as that. I only knew something had to be done, so I acted. Ah, Rylea. Was that how you dealt with Hephaestus in the past? Indeed. He was naught but the parts of my memory and soul that I had cut away. A mass of ether without a material vessel. Storing his essence within a crystal was the most logical choice. On that matter, I believe the time has come for you to share the rest of your tale, of Hephaestus' creation and Athena's end. I heard your words, but only vaguely, as if from under the surface of a deep pool. My mother wished to use me? I would hear the whole truth. I want to know what happened here, and what drove Athena to act as she did. I'm ready. Athena's brilliance outshone us all. Even the other members of the Words of La Habrea were as children in comparison. So dedicated to research was she that it was not unheard of for her to forget meals or even sleep. Her mind was ever grasping for knowledge, and it was in this endless search that she became obsessed with uncovering the secrets of life. You see, while we can conceive life in various forms, the means of creating a soul are beyond our ken. Similarly, though we can enhance and alter our physical vessels, we have ever been bound to them. Athena's purpose was to shatter these limitations. Such limitations as we were not meant to surpass. She sought to enter the realm of the gods. Scarce few have the ability to comprehend what such a task entails, let alone the courage to attempt it. For most, the thought would be an idle fancy, considered once and then discarded. Not so for Athena. As leader of the Words of La Habrea, I spoke with her often about transcending our being. From an academic perspective, the challenge has plagued countless researchers through the ages. It was during these musings that I began to formulate a theory, a means by which a person could meld with a creation. The weaknesses of one would be mitigated by the strengths of the other, and the result would be something greater than we have ever imagined. Although it was but a theory, Athena insisted I develop it further, curious about every detail along the way. Our conversations became more frequent, and our platonic relationship grew into something much more. I take it I was born not soon after. Just so. I believe she bore true affection for me and was blind to her hidden intentions. When Pandemonium was built and she requested to lead the researchers, I saw no reason to deny her. Even setting aside our relationship, her accomplishments as a scholar made her the obvious choice. However, in giving her Pandemonium, I also gave her free rein to conduct whatsoever experiments she could devise. And when you found out what she was doing, you killed her. I made haste to Pandemonium the moment I learned of these hidden chambers. I left a distance to keep watch from Tartaros's vestibule as I ventured deeper, knowing not what would await me. As for what occurred next, 'tis best to see with your own eyes. Is that me? You are well aware that, out of respect for our neighbors in Elpis, the researchers of Pandemonium are not to be masked. Yet you stand before me with your face covered. What petty defiance is this?
What indeed? So quick you are to rebuke me, though you yourself have not set foot in these halls since their inception.
You must have known you could not conceal this from myself and Igdistis forever. As well you know that I cannot allow it to continue. I shall say this but once. Release Ericthonius, else I shall have no choice but to strike you down.
I would meet my end at the hand of none other. However, ere my time has come, I will have you know the why of it.
And you will not desist.
Once you understand what has driven me this far, you shall see that stopping was never an option.
The feelings of one weigh little against the needs of the entire star.
Of course. Of that I am well aware. But you did not deny the descent from your lofty heights simply to lecture me as you would a child. You have an interest in my motivations. What possessed Athena, peerless researcher and mother to the son of the great Rylea, to embark upon the path to her downfall? History will demand an answer, but it is you who deserves one. Give me your hand, Rylea.
Impossible. You bonded your souls. That the boundaries between us would cease to be. She offered me everything, to be understood. I found myself unable to refuse. At that moment, my mind was a storm of questions, yet one roared the loudest. Did Athena ever truly love me?
I become thee, memory and mine.
And I thee. Interesting choice of themes.
Can you feel it? My heart, all that I am.
if it were my own. A fathomless desire to dissect the mysteries of life, to transcend our mortal flesh and bleed into a higher plane of existence. An unquenchable thirst for knowledge, not a single thought spared for another, for the star.
How disappointing. And yet, what is known cannot be unknown. You have beheld my life's work. Try as you might to excise the memory, the seed of desire remains. When it takes root, you too shall be consumed by the self-same fervor.
I will dig it out. I will dispense with the corruption in my soul ere your rotten insight spreads. Twas my weakness that let this wickedness fester, but never again. Today I cast aside fickle emotion and abide in duty alone. Today I renounce all that I was and live only as La Habrea. That's not good. Thus did I forsake the part of myself that had been polluted by Athena, sealing it within a crystal. Never did I think I would one day face those memories made flesh. Forgive my bluntness, but your actions bordered on insanity. To go to such lengths to escape your memories. You nearly rewrote your very existence. Rest assured, the change did not go unnoticed by our colleagues in the convocation. Iggy Rutham and Emmett Selk in particular made plain the suspicions they harbored.
Oh boy. Iggy Rutham, she was the female Ascian throughout Heaven's Word that eventually combined with La Habrea to make the big final boss in the Aether Chemical Facility.
Yeah. As well they should have. That you escaped with your life was nothing short of a miracle. Why didn't you destroy the crystal then and there? Did you think to one day make use of the knowledge it contained? I will not deny such considerations played into my decision, but my main motivation was fear. I had never attempted such a feat before. The crystal was my sole recourse should something go awry with the remainder of my soul. In hindsight, to cling to it was a mistake born of doubt. Athena must have anticipated that I would resort to such measures, and prepared a vessel beforehand that would accept the dregs of my soul. Hephaestus doubtless believed he was performing his duty as a husband and father should. Yet in truth, he was but a puppet being pulled to and fro by Athena's desires. His goal was not to raise himself high, He thought only of seeing his dear Athena live again, that she might finish what she began. Yet for all of that, he and I were alike. We yet shared a fatal flaw, you see. Our need for control blinded us to other perspectives. Well, I was enthralled to Hephaestus. You called out to me. What say you now? Does La Habrea speak true?
Yes, and now it's your turn to do the same.
Sure. I just want to know one thing. Did you truly believe that hiding the truth was best for me? Even knowing how I felt about my mother? La Habrea I know had a fatal flaw, after all. I'm still not convinced. I have said all that I can say. Now it is for you to choose to believe me, or not. La Habrea I know holds duty above all else. I would sooner prostrate myself before an erupting volcano than place my fickle emotions in his path. And when you return to the surface, you'll doubtless don that mask once more. So before we climb out of this forsaken pit, I suppose I should say, thank you, Hephaestus. Yeah, I have questions.
We all have questions. La Habrea?
I have said all that needs to be said. From this moment forward, I pledge that my heart shall not lead me astray. Good luck with that one.
Themis?
Hephaestus was far more than an imitation of La Habrea. He was quite literally a part of him. The La Habrea, to me, is a man who thinks of naught but his duty. By casting aside the burden that Hephaestus represented, he shall become ever more himself, in a way. Yeah, that is not something that fills me with joy either.
Okay, just for the record, one of the problems I've been having recently is I've got this subwoofer that's supposedly turned off under my desk.
Is it
But for
buzzing right now?
Yes, to this music, it is buzzing in-game.
Okay, let me go, mute the mic.
It's very subtle.
Go mute
But-
the mic, because they don't need to hear me cursing as I crawl under there, but I want to crawl under there.
Okay, give me a second. Sorry, guys, you're gonna have to listen to beautiful, soaking music. But yeah, I've got my feet right here, and I can very subtly feel the buzzing into the music. This one is subtle, but it is there. Right now, being a little flute part. I'll tell you when it should start again. You might want to use your palms or like the back of your hands. Right. organ music. Come on, where's the bass drum? It's starting to build. There's the heavier organ. We should start filling it because we've got a deep rumble going on in the back. Vocal chord, chorus. I think it might be coming from the back.
I finally did hear it, and I was hearing it off that direction. The little holder for the iMac that's over there on the cabaret had basically come down in contact.
Right here. Because you've got the bass rock going and the bass guitar going. And now it's like organ music again.
All I can think of is maybe the map, but I don't know how it's picking it up. But anyway,
As long as it's not transmitting through the walls, that's
yeah,
all that can do.
the little clip there basically pull it over, and it hit the cabaret. So when he was doing things on the key,
Mm-hmm.
it was hitting the cabaret and making it squeak.
Of course it was.
You know, once I heard it, I was going, yeah, this sounds like plastic shit.
So, current transmission, or current options is that I'm not making this up and it's not in my head. It's somehow coming through my floor mat. As long as it's not transmitting to the wall to our neighbors who sleep on the other side. The only reason why I can kind of be a little loud is that, yeah, after spending years of working the restaurant business in loud clubs, their hearing is pretty much gone.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They're adorable, but they're nearly deaf. But I don't want the buzzing going through the walls.
Okay. Shall we?
Did Themis have any more to say?
I think we did it already.
Okay. Eric?
I've heard enough. There's more I would yet discuss, but we should first return to Pandemonium's gates. I'll gather my thoughts on the way.
Okay. You've had a big day.
Yeah.
This is understandable.
Now, personally, I am just as happy to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, this is not a good place. If this place gets dismantled, I personally will be happy. It does not need to be in the world.
Considering, what it's been through and all the La Habrea markings, yeah, I keep thinking of this one particular circular platform with repeated markings all over the place.
Aver.
Got it in one.
Themis?
We have regained complete control of the facility, but it shall take some time yet until things are in working order again.
La Habrea?
Athena viewed Ericsonius as the ideal test subject. Hephaestus's research must have been very nearly complete to seek him out like he did.
Yeah, it's a good thing Eric actually kind of came after us at the start of all this.
I owe you an apology. It was due to my own inexperience that Hephaestus was so easily able to take hold of my mind. I also owe you thanks. If you and Themis hadn't chosen to brave the chaos occurring in Pandemonium, then I would have never known La Habrea's story, my father's story. Glad to help, it's what we do. It was a tale I too was fascinated to hear. I very much look forward to speaking with Azim upon my return. Cannot help but wonder how much of this she foresaw. Possibly none of it. I'm afraid I cannot allow that, Elidibus. So long as you retain control of Pandemonium, there is work to be done. But of course, I shall first free the remaining warders and restore this place to its former glory. Using the facilities in Tartaros, we should be able to reverse the changes made to their bodies and minds. I shall stay behind to oversee the process. That as well. But I must yet learn why I was considered the key to Hephaestus' experiments, and how he intended to revive Athena. Such questions are best left unanswered. In fact, I forbid the pursuit of that knowledge. The boundary between man and creation shall never again be crossed.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Sorry.
And I intend to destroy the crystal containing Hephaestus' essence, that this mistake never again repeats. I see no reason to gainsay your judgment. There is yet the matter of your crystal, however. Truth be told, I had not considered its origin until I saw the one containing Hephaestus' aether. I was struck by how wholly different they were. But, me? There's another.
Kind of.
Right. It's a bit aged.
Back in the lab, there's not much to it. It's pretty threadbare. But there was talk of another crystal that was twinned to it.
While imbuing a crystal with memories is a simple process, storing a message, a warning even, would be something altogether more complex. This also means that someone besides the present company, and Azim, was aware of the plot unfolding within Pandemonium. And why would they not make themselves known even now? No threats remain. Perhaps it was one of the other warders. We shall question them after they are freed. Logical. I don't think it's the right answer, but logical.
I think I know what it is, but, we'll talk outside the doors. This is not for their ears.
Yeah, no more inviting timey-wimey. That task may take some time, a resource I'd rather not steal more of from you. Return at your leisure, and we shall share our results then. You've done more than enough for the time being. I am of the same mind. Leave the loose ends to us, and continue upon your journey. Or, if you're so inclined, take a much-needed repose. This talk of journeys smacks of Azim. No, really! As well it should. She is pledged to keep moving until she has seen every corner of the world. If you do find yourself with a spare moment, You might bring that crystal of yours to La Habrea. He may be able to offer further insight. Until then, my friend.
And checking with the trio, starting on the right.
Okay, fine. The crystal that hangs from Erichthonius's waist was a gift from me, made in the hopes that it would spur growth in his aptitude for magic. His plain, he no longer requires it, but I see no reason he cannot wear it for a while longer.
Had a feeling with those runes etched into it. Let's see if I can get a better shot of them. Yeah. Yeah, that would be akin to La Habrea's sigil.
Yeah?
The rest of it looks like it could possibly be one of the sigils from 11, which had to deal with a bunch of shadowy dudes called the Paragons.
Yeah. FF
Yeah.
is nothing if not repeating themes.
It's one giant meme of itself, let's be honest here. Eric?
As you may have noticed during our battle, Habrea's mask crowns me when I've transformed.
Yes, I have noticed that.
It is said that we manifest in a way that reflects our innermost selves. I had thought that mask a symbol of the chains that bound to my heart. Recent events have caused me to reconsider that assumption.
Venus?
I look forward to your returning with the crystal. But worry not, I shall try my level best to stave off loneliness while you are gone.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine.
You seem self-entertaining.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's this part of the song here. I hope you're hearing similar. That I feel that bass coming through the floor mat.
Yeah.
You've got that heavy undercurrent tone, and then you've got the bass guitar over it. And of course, during the middle of battle, it's like really obvious.
No loud noises there.
Which is why I'm worried about it vibrating through the floorboards to our neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, the music for Panda is actually pretty good. A lot of people have noted that there's been a distinct problem of people not listening to strats because they're too busy headbanging.
Somewhere out there, Sukin is smiling.
Oh, yes.
And threatening to sing Wahi again.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, he is in remission.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah.
Keeping a good attitude will help.
Yep.
Excuse me, pardon me. Chocobo carriage coming through. They're gonna shoot me at some point. Actually, no, we went to go back to the source.
So should I exit to the source?
Return to the source.
Pray return to the source.
As much as we both would like a beer over at the Wandering Staircase.
And need one.
I try not to think about the wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. It just leads to headaches.
What's
And
worse
cross
is the
time
fact that we
wedgies.
have a broken time loop and a complete time loop.
Uh-huh.
And we needed the broken one for the complete one.
Yes.
That's the part that hurts my head.
Yes.
And you hadn't really realized that until I pointed it out.
Well, I kind of had, just not in that phrasing. One of the other things is that I recently replayed through Endwalker with the scene of Grahatia after the death of Aniwan. Basically standing up and grabbing the I'm in charge button.
Okay.
And if you listen to it carefully, audio-wise, there's an interesting thing going on. Because when he basically pulled out his memories of Crystal Exarch, there was an audio pop. I'm wondering if their souls aren't as unified as we think they are. Now, fortunately, even if they aren't, they actually want to coexist, so
Yep.
it's not too much of a problem, but I can really see that maybe being an issue in the future. I don't know. I like them both.
I did find it very interesting that when we had the scene of Mind Meld Extreme, that they were basically using the Gridania 1.0 music.
Oh, also, I'll probably show it to you off air, or you can watch it yourself.
Uh-oh.
They redid the cinematic just after you finish the vault.
Okay.
They've added new dialogue and a slightly different situation.
Oh dear.
And they made it even more heart-wrenching.
Yeah, it's still too soon. I might just wait until the buttons get there. It'll still be too soon.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did not learn this guy's name just to watch him die.
Yeah. But it also is the entire thing of, I'm a healer, why can't I heal him? Which has been a complaint of a lot of people during that scene.
Oh yes.
They kind of rectified that.
Oh dear. Oh, yeah, it's way too soon for this.
I still like that later on in Stormblood, if you go in as healer and you're trying to clean up the mess after the big attack on Rauger's Reach, and you're kind of like, this is happening, and if you're a healer, Krail just kind of pauses, looks at you and says, you're a healer, start healing! And you're like, oh, right!
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a... Oh, right. Which was the best part of that skit. You remember that one, right?
Yes.
I kind of figured.
But I still like that. You're a healer. Start healing. Like, yes, Krail.
Yeah.
The only Lalapel more dangerous than Mistress Krail is Tataru. And yeah, we're kind of taking the slow way, but gives us time to think and ponder.
And wait for the screen to load.
Ain't that right, Gala Kitten?
Gala Kitten, the snack guardian extraordinaire.
Now you want to turn around and go out the gate and talk to this ferryman over here.
Yeah.
Kind of bummed we don't get this nice flyover old Charlian as we pull up.
No, one of my problems with them cutting out a lot of the things like the ship scene is you don't get more than like one look at any of the new cities.
I mean, you can look it up via the book, but a lot of people
You remember you
complain
said
that
you
it
can't
just
even...
takes too long, but at the same time, for me, it kind of breaks the immersion by not having them.
I don't think you can even look up the intro for Cold Saucer in the book.
I think you can, it's just kind of hidden. Yeah, I have one chess piece to go, and I think that's it'd be sixth circle. Which would be Tentacle Lady. As opposed to the giant yokai tree.
Yeah.
And oh boy, was that a yokai tree.
Oh boy, yes. I am perfectly behind the assumption of, nope, not saving that one.
Yeah. Too much monster and not enough her.
Yeah. Here's hoping the live stream washes that one clean.
Yeah. Fortunately, the previous one, Tentacle Lady, she can be salvaged.
Yep.
And we're gonna take every chance we get and call it a win. And that was not a carbuncle. I'm sorry.
Nope. 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 There's no emotional support to be found in that thing.
Not even a little.
And do remember to hit the right door this time.
I will try. I just went down one extra level.
Yeah.
Autopiloted to Ultima Thule, practically.
Yep. Yep. Can't blame you on that one. Now, is the second tribe in now?
I believe it is. We'll have to look that up, maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know. I don't know what's happening tomorrow.
I would kind of leave the tribe for maybe a little later, see if we can get closer to finishing up the first one. We do, after all, have a decent chunk of main story.
Yes, we have a lot of main story. Oh, Lucinard is back. This is probably for the best. Oh no, he's not. This is his assistant. Oh boy.
Yeah. Why, if it isn't Rylea and Thayrin. Excuse me if I'm not my usual chipper self. We have not been without our difficulties in your absence.
Oh dear, I've got a bad feeling.
You see, communication with the airship Professor Claudian commissioned for research was lost some time ago, and now we have quite lost track of where he might be. And to make matters worse, Namgigi has just sent word of an unusually large amount of energy coming from somewhere within the ethereal sea. I was just on my way to the telescope, in fact. Please, you must come with me.
Immediately.
Really?
Yeah, my current theory is the first stone is actually from Themis. And it was his last... Oh god. I was afraid of this. And the second stone was La Habrea's.
What is that? Is it real? As real as it needs to be. Oh, that'll be our missing researcher.
Yeah.
Why is it that whenever danger visits the world, you're never far behind?
No! It's Fortunal!
And you two, Professor Claudian's assistants, I take it? As you have arrived before me, I take it you are involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with an explanation.
Okay, but I recommend tea. This will take a while.
Yeah. 2 patches, in fact. Oh, really? I'm not as sure I appreciate that theme right now. While the research summary you submitted to the forum gave us no cause for concern, these details are alarming.
Yeah, sorry, I just got back. How could I report them? The professor's last message indicated he was on his way to Azazla, but we know not whether he reached his destination.
We can go there. A rash endeavor even for Claudian. But he has ever allowed the thrill of discovery to cloud his better judgment. We have no recourse but to entreat Ishgard's aid in searching for him. As for that unsightly fortress which materialized in the ethereal sea, an ammonium one, was it? It cannot be left alone. For the time being, information regarding this matter must be strictly controlled so as to minimize panic. We will gather those with knowledge of the ethereal sea and continue monitoring it for further irregularities. You two submit a detailed report to the forum at once. At present, we have far more questions than answers. Nevertheless, I would ask for your assistance at such a time that our investigation has concluded.
By all means.
And if anything should happen before the investigation concludes, contact us immediately.
It's not like you don't have our link pearls.
Very good. Now, if you will excuse me, I must apprise the forum of what has occurred here. That's why he's testy. He is not looking forward to that report.
Do you blame him?
Nope. Better him than me.
Usana.
Just when we need him the most, Professor Claudian remains unaccounted for. He even brought the crystal with him. We're left with scarce few straws to grasp at. While I am but a lowly assistant, even I can see that our two current problems are likely related. The same party or phenomenon may be responsible for both. You think? Conversely, I see now that my unexperienced imagination failed to do Pandemonium's pitiless spires justice. I can only wonder, if the facility itself traversed the ages, did the creations within do the same? What are the keywords? But answers to these questions shall come in time, I am sure. For now, I must do as Master Fuchinao asked and write that report. As for you two, pray get what trust your responsibilities will allow. When next we call upon you, I wager we shall need you in prime condition. And better equipped. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Not enough room in the inn.
Oh, you can always hand shite to me.
Oh, true. You're actually in the same instance for once. Here, these are the source of the trouble.
Yeah.
There will be more in a moment.
Of course there will.
Because, of course, that's what's causing the trouble.
Lots of ones there, I see.
Yeah, well, they just refilled the stuff that I got rid of. Okay.
And of course, I can't open Savage yet because it has not opened.
But now you're set to. This calls for several drinks.
Well, are you ready for bed?
Bed? Yes. Why?
I was just wondering if we wanted to see if the opening for Island Sanctuary was quick or not.
I think some other time.
Okay. We'll take you off to the last stand.
Yeah. It is 11:40. It is time.
Yeah.
But I was more than happy to stay up for this.
Yeah, I'm thinking that first crystal was effectively a sudden last memory of Elidibus. And that's why it bubbled up from the live stream.
Yeah, something like that.
But I fear our main researcher might be possessed of not his own memories.
Sadly possible. And of course, we can't really tell the ancients and ask them, so what do you think of all this?
The thing is I don't know if showing that crystal to Themis and La Habrea is wise. Or the first one.
It's not going to happen now.
Yep.
And this is why we are headed for the last stand.
We're almost at the last stands. I'll probably see if I can get that last chess piece tonight.
Yeah.
And then set it up for Glam because it is just kind of, the raid armor this time around is kind of extra. And the tank and Dragoon are even more extra than the rest of the set.
Of course it is.
Waitress! We could use a couple beers! In any case, we will call it here for the night. Thank you all very much for coming with us. Well, it's going to be another 2 patches before we see the last tier of this. So... And of course, next week is the fun of the world's first Savage race. I'll be sticking my nose in, but I am not racing that puppy. I have no horse in it.
No. You don't even have a horse bird in it.
No, not even. And it's definitely not named Quay Rhapsody.
Okay then.
You all have a great evening. Good night. Sleep well. Hope to see you tomorrow night for Palace of the Dead. Woohoo!
Yes, everyone have a great evening.
Night all.